What's up, Starcraft fans? Last time with Kerrigan with Torasks and Raptors, Zerglings. This time we'll do Artanis with Zealots. We're doing just mass Zealots versus trains. Let's do this. Archer Commandant, that means no Garden Shell, but I do have a stronger shield overcharge and more importantly a cheaper one, so I can basically have it up every fight. I'll go for Shield Overcharge Mastery because, of course, I want to keep my Zealots alive as much as possible. I'll go for Energy Regeneration Cooldown Reduction so that I can have more charges of the spinny thing. And Spear of Rune Energy, of course, will have more charges of Shield Overcharge. So, train map, the objective is to destroy 9 trains. Let's do this. Thank you to Endarth, Lucidus, Superiorus, Shadow Archon, who are supporting in the Pulse Cannon tier. And thank you to all my supporters on Patreon. Yes, you have to destroy 9 trains. We can't let more than 2 of them escape. Okay, so this is how I decided to do it. Well, nothing's really happening yet, but how I decided to do it is mass Zealots. And to keep the Zealots alive as far as long as possible, I've decided to use the 3rd Prestige, the Archer Commandant, and have shield overcharge, lots of shield overcharge. And also I went for the cooldown reduction mastery instead of the speed increases. The speed increases is great, but I want them to just have the spin upgrade, the whirlwind upgrade up basically all the time. So Archon dudes to take an expansion really quickly. Just break all those rocks. In hindsight, it probably didn't need to use my Archon dudes on the gas rocks. I probably didn't even take these gas rocks if I remember how I played this game. And then once the Nexus has been done, I chose to go Nexus first because the Zealots, the mass Zealots requires a lot of minerals. And to get a lot of minerals, I need to get my expansion up really quickly. I know that for most people watching my videos, it's quite intuitive to just go for a fast expansion. But for those who aren't used to StarCraft yet, new people, I still need to explain that you really want to get 2 bases in co-op as fast as possible. Because, especially on this map, the first wave hits at 4 minutes, you have plenty of time to prepare yourself for the first wave. So I squeeze in this Nexus so I can have 2 buildings producing workers at the same time. You can see this building producing workers, and when this Nexus completes, you can see I have them both in the same control group. They're rallied to this same patch of minerals, the same base basically, so I can produce workers 2 at a time. Yeah, if you produce workers 2 at a time, you'll get them out twice as fast. And that means you can just, once you rally them both here, you can send your workers to the expansion faster. Some players just branch off or bunch off a bunch of these workers, just send them here so that they'll have saturation faster. But I'm at 2 workers per patch saturation and it doesn't really get more efficient than that, so I'll just send the new workers to the expansion. You can see I've built my cybernetics core outside the pylon. My pylon is only now making. I just wanted to save money by delaying my pylon. I don't really need to build my pylon right now because I can use the power field. The power field for Artanis can be moved and can power buildings. So I moved it temporarily here so that my cybernetics core can be built outside of my eventual power field. So the pylon power field can be used for more frequently used buildings like this warp gate, this twilight, and this forge. Zerg enemy as usual. I activate shield overcharge for the first wave. I take the workers harvesting from the gas, just add them to the damage output of the Zerglings. With shield overcharge, there's no concern about losing these guys. They all end up with full health. I just sacrifice a bit of gas, not that I'm using any gas, and it's fine. It's completely fine. While there's a lot, I just need a little bit of vision forward, just drop the soul bombardment, let my Zealots destroy whatever leaks out. The slow bombardment will take damage away. It is not a melee ability. Absolutely not a melee ability.
We're done with the
It will take damage away from the Zealots, but in the early game, I have 6 Zealots. So you can see, now that my Whirlwind research is done, I can just spam it. So what I do is, I select all my Zealots, I just use all army hotkey. And just keep using the Whirlwind on cooldown. You can see it's autocast. It's an autocast ability, which means the Zealots will automatically use it whenever they have a chance. But just to make sure, I just hold down the I button. I just hold down the key for Whirlwind, so I can keep using Whirlwind to just increase my DPS, my damage output against the trains. Turns out, 6 Zealots are enough to take out the first train. You just spin continuously. I have more Zealots here, ready to just twister themselves in. Trying to think of an appropriate term. They just kind of twister themselves in. And I activate the shield overcharge, perhaps unnecessarily, just to make sure that none of my Zealots fall. Still trying to ramp up myself. Still trying to get a big army out, so I don't really want to lose any of my Zealots yet. Just do another Whirlwind, and the shield overcharge times out right as the fight ends, meaning my Zealots are effectively at full health, unharmed. Only 2 of them have a bit of shield damage, which reminds me, by the way, when you play co-op, when you're new to co-op, you really want to set your observer and replay. Is that observer and replay? The graphics. No. You want to set your show unit life bars to damaged, especially when playing co-op. Applicable to 1v1 as well, but especially co-op. Damaged health bars allow you to basically see when your unit is taking damage. When you're trying to micro stuff or control stuff, a lot of your units to co-op will just remain at full health. So when you micro, when one of your units is being targeted, you just want to click that unit and then right click it back so it runs away. So it'll have a chance to recover its shields and fight another day. So you can see shield overcharge is activated. It just keeps these Zealots alive. Just so effective at letting my Zealots not die. I did lose one there, which is unfortunate, but most of them, the majority of them, stay alive. And that's really huge. It allows me to retain more of my Zealots, just allowing me to snowball more quickly, and allows me to get to 200 supply faster. The maximum supply you can get in any game of Starcraft II, well, for most commanders at least, is 200. I want to get to that 200 number faster, because that's the most powerful that my army can be. The more powerful my army is, in general, the fewer of them I lose, because the damage output I deal deletes the enemies faster than they can delete one unit of mine. That makes your army more efficient, because you get to retain them. You don't need to rebuild them as much. You can ramp up faster. You just complete the objectives faster. You can rotate to the next fight even faster, meaning you'll be in position. You'll have more time to think, to prepare. That's why you really want to keep your units alive for as much as possible. You can see, in fact, I'm now getting +3 attack, just continuously upgrading from the forge. Again, I have shield overcharge available. It's just so useful to have. Wait, do I just use a soul bombardment on this attack wave? I don't, right? No. I just have this observer in place to see them coming. This is the big attack wave. I probably just spin in. I think I did lose one guy. Oh, there's a lurker there. But I just activate the spin. I just activate Whirlwind to just delete that. I can't actually see it. The observer's a bit out of place, but I can just spin. I just use Whirlwind, and that'll take care of it. So you can see I've actually made myself 2 Phoenixes. I did make myself a Stargate and 2 Phoenixes. These 2 Phoenixes are just for the Mutalisks. This enemy attack wave doesn't come with Mutalisks or any other air units, but sometimes on this map the Zerg just send Mutalisks, random Mutalisks here to defend this area. They just camp this area to make it harder for our forces. So I chose Mulisks over Dragoons because Dragoons will shoot ground stuff. I want my anti-air to be strictly anti-air, so they don't take damage away from my Zealots. It's not a specifically, if you're going for a general play, you don't really need to go for Phoenixes here. I just chose to go for Phoenixes because I specifically wanted my anti-air to be anti-air only. But in general cases, you're usually better off just getting Dragoons. Just keep spinning on that area. Just delete those guys. By the way, I've been massing a bunch of Zealots on this end. I do have most of my Zealots. I do have my army in a control group on this first set, so I can continue to control them. Meanwhile, I have the rest of these Zealots not in a control group, so that I can micro them separately. You can see just keep spamming the Whirlwind ability on the trains to deal more damage to it. Just keep spinning. I just keep spinning. That will delete the train. Meanwhile, next fight's here. Go back to the first control group. Use control groups, guys. Very helpful. In no guide ever do they mention using control groups, and that's a bit of a shame. There's no in-game guide that tells players to use control groups, and it's one of the most important things to be able to control your forces effectively, and even your production structures. You can see I have 2 of my Nexus in the same control group, so I can just select the control group to use the Chrono Boost. I have all my production in the same control group, so I just select the production, warp and stuff. I have all my upgrades, both my upgrades in the same control group, so I can just upgrade. Use Archon dudes here because I have a lot of energy. I just use them mainly to tank. They are technically not melee units, they can reach over cliffs, but their primary use here is to tank, to receive damage for my Zealots, and just delete the waves faster so that my Zealots can cycle down to the south train, which is, you can see, passing through here with a large escort. I want to delete the top half as fast as possible, so I just cycle back here to the bottom half. You can see, just manually use my spin, my Whirlwind all the time, consistently. Just keep spinning basically until there are no more escorts and the train goes down quickly, because Archon dudes deal some damage, and I'm now maxed out basically. I'm maxed out with mass Zealots. It just keeps spinning. It just works. It's a little crazy. I actually wasn't expecting this strategy to work this well. But when you have Zealots, you just spin almost always. Yeah, you can see it's available now. I think the cooldown is like 12 seconds or something. With the mastery, it's actually pretty good. Okay, you can see these Phoenixes just being anti-air. And wave coming in. Just waiting to receive them. Did lose a Phoenix. That doesn't matter that much. I just warp him in. And again, activate shield overcharge. Delete this entire wave. Phoenixes being very helpful in fighting the queens. The Zealots cannot shoot up, so I just had the Phoenixes for that. The Phoenixes are only here for anti-air. Meanwhile, next train will come down from this area. So I have my Zealots in position. Meanwhile, Phoenixes are kind of still fighting that last queen. They cycle back to fight this Mutalisk. You can say I've started 3 Nexus here. 3 Nexus will just basically let this base survive for longer when the enemies start attacking this base and then out of position. I do hope it's not necessary, but it will be very helpful if I ever need it to be there. I'm floating 1600 minerals, so I can afford to have these Nexus just stand around here. Just try to buy time until shield overcharge is ready. Shield overcharge is very important to keep my forces alive. Anyway, at this point, I don't really need it, but I can just build 20 Zealots right off the bat. But why build 20 when you can just keep all your Zealots alive and build 0? You know? Why remake when you can just afford to not rebuild, not have to rebuild anything, because your Zealots are still alive. They're just racking up kills. This guy, I just clicked on this. There's 19 kills. This guy's 5, 2, 3, 4, 9. Where's that one? I had a lucky click and I managed to select the guy with 19 kills. It's actually a little insane. 21. I clicked it. I clicked it again. It's 21 now. Just trying to look at the info bar at the bottom. 17, 11, 2, 17. This guy's 17. Look at that, 17 kills. That guy's a master. This guy's really good at baiting. He's a master at baiting. Attack wave coming down here. I have all these guys ready to fight. Oh my goodness. Look at this mow through. Again, just activate shield overcharge. Clean through these forces. Not losing anything. I'm actually not losing anything. Turns out the Zealots, when you have shield overcharge, can be just as effective as Shadow Guard. My goodness. A little insane. A little insane. 15. This guy's 15. This guy's 17. Did I lose the 21 kill guy? Try to find him again. Okay, here comes the double train. The second double train in 20 minutes. I use the silver bombardment this time. I actually want to delete the escort so that I'll have a faster deletion of the train. Again, just keep using. You can see the Whirlwind allows my Zealots to stack on top of each other and consume as little space as possible so they can all fight the same train. And that's quite effective. The trains have several thousand health. In fact, let me check out how much health this train exactly has. This train has 18,000 health. And just allowing my Zealots to stay in the same zone really helps me concentrate my damage output. This guy's 11, 24, there we go. This guy's 24. 24 deletions in that one. You can see I have 3 Nexus here. The 3 Nexus will just tank all the damage from those 2 hybrids. And now shield overcharge once again activated. 25 now that Zealot. And just keep spinning. I just manually activate the spin whenever it's off cooldown. I just keep spamming. Just keep pressing the I button. Just keep pressing the hotkey for spin, and I will just keep adding damage to the trains and delete that main train. And in fact, I guess I buy enough time to go for the second train. I just delete the second train because I can go for the second train with mass Zealots. Look at the insanity of that. That's insanity. Think about just going mass Zealots and being able to do the bonus objectives. I can't even do that for all commanders. I was able to do it for Rainer. I don't think I was able to do it for Kerrigan. Was I? I might have. But you can see these Nexus paying their weight in gold, worth their weight in gold, just absorbing the attack, really allowing my Zealots extra harvesting time. Oh, there's a singular lurker here that will depower this upgrade just before it completes. No, it will not. I actually do get the upgrade time. That's really nice. They did destroy that base, but I decide to run back here anyway. To clean up. I probably should have just sacrificed those probes just so I can get more. By the way, probes are melee units. I don't think I'll count them here because they'll just kind of mess up my math on the cost calculation. Probes are technically melee units, but I've never included them in my calculations ever, so I won't start now. And they probably won't add their damage in either because that's just not fair. I just kind of right click the train or right click and just keep using the spin ability. I just hold down the spin and just try to delete this several thousand health train as fast as I can. It's actually insane. It actually works. It's crazy how much damage your trains, your Zealots can deal. When they're just continuously spinning. I mean, they're still spinning. That's insane. Hope I enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. If you have an idea for what else you can do, please leave that in a comment. Alright, damage wise. Total damage is 133. Okay, that's not a lot. That's not a lot. Oh no, that's just damage dealt to trains. Total damage, there we go, 259. It's actually pretty decent. Yeah, 259, 378. Oh, 259, 378. Multiply that by, hold on, equal sign. Multiply that by Zealot, a clean 83.9%. 83.9%. Unbound, yeah, I won't count the Unbound Fanatics. The Archon dudes, they're ranged. How much damage is this? 217,000. Not bad. It's actually more than the Spider Mines. That's insane. Alright. Here we have the other score screen. Oh wait, let's do the damage first. There we go. Formula is still correct. There we go. Kerrigan's still the highest damage. Percentage of kills. That's a clean 71%. Let me just copy the formula. It's 71%. Not bad. Not bad. Cost efficiency, total cost. How many Zealots did it produce? 132. So that's a simple 132 multiplied by 100. Not bad. It's just slightly more expensive. It's just slightly more expensive than the Torasks and Zerglings. But not bad. Yeah, 1.83, which is pretty close. Now, alright, 7.58, that puts it immediately above Rainer even before the votes. But it's now time for you guys. A poll will go up tomorrow asking you whether you like Artanis and Zealots relative to all these melee units. Someone asked what Nova's melees are, Spider Mines and the Holo Decoy. Anyway, yeah, please vote on the poll that will go up tomorrow asking you guys whether you like Artanis and Zealots relative to other melees or not. I'll see you guys next time.